Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the November session of the From the Bench Virtual Studio Tour Series. My name is Sarah Songer, and I'm the Program and Studio Manager at San Francisco Center for the Book. And today we're happy to welcome Paloma Lucas as our guest artist. Paloma Lucas is a printmaker, book artist, and graphic designer in San Francisco. She was born in Madrid, Spain, and moved to the Bay Area in adulthood, where she found her true passion for art. Much of her inspiration is fueled from her Spanish heritage and the pure joy that comes from the creative process. Art is her therapy to deal with everyday issues and to center herself. Her art reflects her day-to-day life, thoughts, and experiences, oftentimes simply reflecting what she thinks would be fun to see or try. And with that, Paloma, you are spotlight. Take it away. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. And thank to the San Francisco Center for the Book for the opportunity to share my studio. At the moment, I'm not in my studio because we don't have a very good internet connections, but I'm going to have a presentation. So I'm going to share my screen here. And you're going to see how is my studio through it. It's looking good. Okay. In a moment. Got it. You can see it, correct? Okay. So this is my bench from my studio where I'm going to take a trip through the artwork I'm doing, my inspiration, and my future project. And like you can see, it's a beautiful bench. Okay. So welcome to Creative 3 is the name of my San Francisco-based studio. Servan Brian, Tina Quake, and I are the three artists in Create 3. And also, we share the studio with Watson, the nice dog. Servan and I met at Foothill College, and we have been together since 2014, when we were sharing a subsidized studio in the city of Palo Alto through the Coverly Artist Program. 8 years ago, we started the partnership, and we moved together to a new studio in San Francisco. Here are photos of my old studio. And I want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Servan for her friendship, her encouragement, and put it up with me all of these years. And this is my new studio. It's a very well lit and very large space, full of tools and ideas. We have been there since December 22, so almost a year. And the studio is located near Embarcadero in downtown San Francisco. Talking about me. So I was born in Madrid, Spain, and moved to the Bay Area in my 30s. I studied finance in college, and I have a corporate job until I became a mother of twins. You can see them, Daniel and Lara. Then I decided to quit my job and focus on my kids and pursue an art career also. I also love to visit museums. So if any of you want to tag along, please let me know. You are invited. I have a passion for creativity and learning new things, which was sparked by my high school art teacher, Pilar de Miguel, in Spain. She introduced me to music, but it wasn't so successful. Through the years, I have been taking many classes, gaining experience across a multitude of mediums and art forms, pottery, drawing, sculpture, photography, you name it, I take it. And somewhere in all of this, I earned a degree in graphic design from Foothill College, where my great interest in printmaking and bookbinding blossomed, thanks to my great teacher and friend, Ken Mansky. So thank you, Ken. At Foothill, I explore different printmaking techniques, linocut, screen printing, etching, digital, monoprint. I try it all. Now a little bit of what inspired me. So much of my inspiration comes from my Spanish heritage and the pure joy of doing things and creative process. So an example of this is my series Femenina. It's a set of 4 prints created in 4 different printing techniques: screen printing, linocard, colograph, and dry point, where I featured Diego Velázquez, famous paint, Las Meninas, as you can see it there also. And I love this paint. It's a very complex composition of light and shadow, and reflect the role of art and the artist. You can see also Velázquez painting himself. But I wanted to focus on the female figure, the royalty with these large, heavy, and constrained dresses called guardainfantes, panniers in English. So the title is of this project is a play of works: Fe, Spanish for faith, and Memenina, referring to Velázquez painting, that become Femenina, Spanish for feminine. This faceless woman depict what women were treated as an object in the past and sometimes in the present. Resolutely advocate for the just treatment of women in the world. Another of my projects that highlight my inspiration in art is titled Homo Apparatus, Latin for human device. It's a set of 4 prints that play for explore Art Deco and the relation between humans and devices in everyday life with some vintage aesthetics. So I was inspired by the rapid engagement in technology, and the series of prints aim to describe how technology has been integrated into what it means to be human. We all constantly have in our hands this small smartphone to write, to take pictures, to listen to music, have a conversation. And not long ago, we needed several devices to do so. So this is my inspiration. Okay, love is another source of inspiration in my art. In one of my print series, Esto va de amor, Spanish for This is about love, February 14, I create this set of 2 prints as a gift for my husband for Valentine's Day. The first print is a rainy evening along the Castellana Boulevard in Madrid. And the second one is a starry night together in my Mini Cooper. Family is another source of inspiration. As an example of this is my print series, Ropa Exterior, Spanish for outer garments. It's a set of 4 prints and was inspired by my daughter, who is a fashion designer. I like to think creativity run in the family. This series explored the role of the woman undergarments and their imaginary as a cause of controversy, shifting the notion of what is considered public and what is considered private. So all these images are based on real garments from famous designers such as Christian Dior, Kenzo, and Jean-Paul Gaultier. More things. After the pandemic, my focus in printmaking changed, and I decided I needed to do something big. So in this print series, Disconnectedness, I decided to challenge myself and increase the scale of my work. And I did the largest prints I have ever done, 22 by 30. You can see it also in my bag. In this work, I explore the contrast of feeling solitude in an increasingly connected world. So the first print depicts an empty row of Victorian houses in San Francisco with the Sutro Tower in the background and all this togetherness, but the transportation cables. The second one is a view for the Brooklyn Bridge in New York, where crowds of commuters and tourists cross every day the bridge, but they don't connect. Now, from large scale to small, and from printing to bookbinding, this piece is Goodnight Menopause. For this project, I was inspired in my everyday life. When I was searching for information about menopause, a stressful stage of my life, I came across a parody poem of the children's classic book Goodnight Moon. The poem was called Goodnight Menopause and written by Barbara Younger. So I wanted to share this finding and some laugh with women in the same stage of life than me. And I decided to illustrate the poem, translate it into Spanish and French, and create a book. So I create the book, 3 books of them. And to keep the things simple, I decided not publish them. Too complicated. And I thought, well, why not? So it's not for sale, but you can download it for free in my webpage, the ebook. I also have mini books on my Goodnight Menopause. Then I keep it by myself, and if I have some symptoms coming back, I need to have some laugh therapy. I go and check it out. So after the menopause mini books, I got very excited about miniature books and inspired by a famous Spanish quote: "The 3 things every man or woman should do in their lifetime are plant a tree, have a child, and write a book." So I created the Micro Biblio project. My objective was to provide an opportunity to creative people to fulfill their ambitions to write a book and create a unique library of micro books. Each book has original content, which you can see them. So I have a few here. So have original content, and each by participants in the project. And the books are edited, formatted, and hand and bookbind in leather by myself. For each addition to my library, I use different techniques, different bookbinding structures. And I bound 2 books, one for the author, and I usually did it in pendant form, and another for my library. And up to date, I have 27 micro books in my library. This is my library. It's very portable, so easy to move around. So now, continue with the theme of feminism and experimenting with different binding techniques and processes. I bound a series of leather books. I have some here. Titled Mujeres Poetas, Woman in Poetry. So I love poetry, and I wanted to celebrate the work of famous woman poets. I have been restoring and bookbinding these books, many of them, several summers in Spain. I learned different new binding techniques, such as articulated binding, edge to edge, inlays, Bradel and laser engraving. And I want to thank my mentors in Spain, Sara Olsen and Itziar Dorado. Muchas gracias, chicas. My latest bookbinding project is Fantasia, which I was recently saw it at the Handbook Binding of California exhibit. And for this project, I have the honor to receive one of the 10 books on sheets donated for Arion Press. Thank you, Arion Press. Although Poe's work is not my first choice of reading, and I find some of his stories pretty disturbing, I spent a long time reading in preparation for the effort to socket the sneaks that could match Poe stories. So, and also socket my printmaking skills. For this, I create this book. For the front, I use good veneer and engrave it and carve it to resemble a door, even have a keyhole. And for the back, I decided it's a full leather cover. I decided to emulate a wall, and I replicate bricks structure with bookboard, which I then carve it and painted to create the cracks. And I inserted a prosthetic eye with eyelashes. And this was one of the stories I read in the Poe Fantasia book that I wanted to reflect in it. And now, what I'm doing now. So, as a current project, I have recently deeply inspired by my molecular biology son, and also by a beautiful exhibit I saw this summer in Spain. Was the work of Jan Hendricks. Jan Hendricks is a multidisciplinary Dutch artist who live and work in Mexico, but had big format prints that really impressed me. So I thought how I can do this. I wanted to build up on the scale of my projects. So I came out with the idea of carving 25 pieces of linoleum with the organic, the theme is organic patterns, forms in nature, in nature. And I'm going to create a grid of 5 by 5 pieces. They're going to be 9 by 9 inches prints, and together going to become a large montage. It's like in biology. Individual fragments can be connected to create large and more complex structures. So individual organisms can transcend the borders and create a global whole. So this piece will celebrate the spirit of life and the beauty of nature. And I hope to have all these prints finishes for the beginning of next year. We'll see. And I'm looking for a place to exhibit them. If anyone have any suggestion, let me know. I open to put it anywhere. Also, I'm hoping to create an artist book with the prints. We'll see. There's just too many things to think right now. The title going to be Hidden Beauty, by the way. And it's here as a sneak peek of what I'm doing. And anyway, this is, I hope you have appreciated a small snapshot of my studio, my inspiration, and the projects I'm done and I'm doing. Thanks all for tuning in today. I will be happy to answer any questions. And if you have any future inquiries or suggestions, don't hesitate to contact me. Here you have my webpage. Thank you.
Thanks, Paloma. If you want to stop screen sharing, then we can see you again. Wonderful. That was so fun. I didn't know you did so much of everything.
A little.
A little of everything. Lori Foster has a question about working in large format lino. And so she'd just like to know more about what your process is.
Yeah, I carved for the previous one. These ones, I carved a big piece. Took me like a couple of months to carve all, come up with a dia carve. And I found in Palo Alto, they have a big press that I was using, and pretty straightforward, going there and print. And for this new project, I thought like small pieces can make a big print. So at the moment, I'm thinking about 25 and can be large. So this exhibition for Jan Hendrik, he have amazing, huge prints, but he have special tools to do it, of course. And he was a lino print and also screen printing. But if I can do many small ones, can be a whole big piece. So this is what I was thinking, my thoughts behind.
In the picture of your studio, it looked like you had a pretty good sized etching press in there. Is that true?
No, not enough for these ones.
No.
Oh.
Did you work from your own photographs for those prints behind you?
Yes,
So
I am. It's kind of
are you a
collage.
photographer as well?
Yeah, I took many classes between this photography, black and white photography, digital photography. Tell me. And also I did collage. So sometimes I collage the ideas. I take several photos. And this is, for example, my son is in one, is here, by the way. Yeah, my daughter going through the bridge. I inspire by my family also.
Yeah, clearly. I'm sorry, I had another question lined up. So obviously Foothill College and of course the San Francisco Center for the Book, but where else have you taken all of these classes?
In Spain, I've been taking several classes. I was thanking my two teachers. So, well, not even two, I have many other classes, but the main teachers are Itzia Dorado and Sarah Olsen. They're very good. Spain have a good tradition of bookbinding, and there are many amazing bookbinders there and supporting their several stores and companies who help us a lot there.
Yeah. Ian would like to know if you offer any instruction or you ever teach.
I've been teaching, but individual people, I get a little scared when it's too many. My accent is always like, they're not going to understand me. Yeah, but I've been teaching screen printing, and we have, Servana and I have a few workshops for introduction to bookbinding and some type of structures.
Cool. So that's the Create 3.
Yeah.
Cool. So you do workshops as well as your own personal work.
Yes. Yeah.
There's another question about whether you plan to do any more greeting cards with your artwork on them.
I did a few, but difficult to sell. We were selling only in the open studios, and we are not having open studios for a while. So they are there, but
sounds like maybe Mary wants some.
I don't find a venue to sell it. If I will find a venue, it's difficult in art to find a way to sell. I try to sell things in Etsy and impossible. Actually, very funny. Etsy censored my ropa exterior. They thought it was too sexy, and I don't my point. What is this? So I totally censor it in Etsy.
Well, it's either that or someone else steals your design, so maybe you got away.
Yeah, so I don't mind.
Intia suggests that you sell your cards at the American Bookbinders Museum, and I would like to also say we should talk about you selling them at the center. So
thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
why not?
Why not?
Yeah, actually my cards are screen printed. I know that I digitally reduce it, but I screen print the cards.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love screen printing.
Yeah.
I invite you all to come to Screen Print with me.
I was curious about your microbiblio project. Is that complete, or are you still working with people and continuing to bind those small?
I would like, but it's like 8 hours of work for each of them.
Sure.
And I'm not charging, I wasn't charging for them. So was free work and 27, well, was 52 books with a lot.
Yeah.
And if somebody very special one, I will do it, but it's.
You're not actively soliciting applications.
No, no more.
No more, please.
Some of them, this is even smaller. It's like 1 inch only. And it's
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you do different binding structures for them?
Yeah.
Just to
You can see this is a different binding structure. This is a accordion.
Nice.
This is I dedicated to my mother. This is a bradel. So, and they all have the closing with magnets. So yeah. And this is all are sewn by hand, and leather pairing, involve a lot of stuff. Yeah.
What a fun way to practice and to just try a new structure and let me play with this and see.
Yeah, I'm very curious about learning. I always want to learn new structures. I don't repeat the structure because it's fun to learn new things. So.
Nice. If anybody wanted to find your workshops at Create 3, is there a way to sign up for something to?
Yeah, the moment is we don't have any plans for future ones, but if somebody's interested, send me an email and I will see how we can do it.
Wonderful.
And please download the menopause books. They are.
I put the link in the chat, so everyone should be able to find it well. I love that.
In French, in Spanish, all are different. So you need to find the difference in culture also.
Same translated poem, but different artwork?
Well, but some difference between the translations, accommodated to the different language. Not all the people eat eminence, some they eat fromage, and other eat jamón. So.
Okay. Nice. Well, thank you for spreading the word, because we don't talk about menopause enough and people don't know what it means. And
yeah, it's a hidden topic. Why not? We need to talk about it and have a laugh. And if you have some symptoms, laugh.
It's not much else you can do.
No.
Well, thank you so much, Paloma, for being our guest today. It was really wonderful to see your work, and I'm excited to see what else you do. Maybe you can do a Roadworks lino, a big one in the future. I know.
Maybe. I will think about it. We are so talented carvers in this community that I know that to the level to many of the carvers for the Road Steamroller Festival. So I participate with individual prints already.
Yes, definitely. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you. Thank you, Paloma. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And we're taking December off. We're going to have a different online presentation in our normal From the Bench time slot on Thursday, December 7th. It'll be in relation to our Paper is People exhibition that's up right now. So there'll be something happening. It just won't be exactly this, but we'll be back in January with new guests. If you have suggestions of people that I should reach out to in 2024 for other studios and artists you'd like to see and hear from, please don't hesitate to let me know. We'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye,
Thank you, Paloma.
Bye.
Bye.